Greetings, beautiful humans, and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. This is your soulmate soul scopes, where your Akashic Records, your soul books, meet your zodiac. Now, many of you may not be really familiar with the Akashic Records. Well, this is your soul's journey through evolution in time. So the timing of this video is really important for the message that you are about to receive. These are channeled messages from your soul, your angels, your guides, your crossover loved ones, and your ascended masters. We use tarot and oracle cards just to connect and communicate with you. So watching the message all the way through is super important, because as a medium and a channel, it's likely that some of these messages may be very specific. And since we're channeling for an entire zodiac, sometimes your loved ones or maybe an ancestor may have a specific message just for you. And so if you don't watch it all the way through, you may miss a very important channeled message. So your arrival at this channel and this message may be the timing that you need it. And because we're channeling for an entire zodiac, each situation and circumstance may not resonate with you, but you may pick up a few ways to go about your situation and circumstances. And don't forget to jump to the timestamps, because all decans will be separated by your timestamps. So don't forget, check your timestamps. So now, let's get ready for your Soulmate Soul Scopes reading. Greetings, and to all my Virgos, Happy New Year. We're going to get started with your Soulmate Soul Scope reading, but first, we're going to go right on in to our soul growth, and I want to welcome in all the beautiful humans and all the new friends out there. We want you to jump after you've watched your soul growth. It's going to really help you navigate life a little bit better, and then jump to your perspective timestamps in the description box below. Let's get started. All right, to all my Virgos out there, this is going to be your soul growth reading from January 1st to the 15th. And we're going to start off with your soul lesson. This is going to help you better understand what's happening, what the lesson is in your life at this time. And this is part of being better able to understand how to navigate what's happening in our circumstances in life, what lessons that we have, what karmic patterns and cycles we're moving through, as well as being able to heal and move forward. That way we're better able to ground in an intention that actually manifests the way we want it, right? Okay, so here we are, we have grief. So, this particular lesson has to do a lot with letting things go. And this is the type of letting go that isn't associated to ending things because people didn't do things the way you wanted them to do. This is about the falling away of the things that you are. And a lot of times, those things are represented in the things that we perceive we are letting others go because they didn't do what we wanted, or things are coming to closure not in the way expected. And so we have to be okay with acknowledging the loss of them and the hurt that it's went away. Because it's very easy for all my Virgos out there to be in denial that anything ever phases them. You are the kings and queens of composure and don't give two shits. And so it's easy to pretend that breakups and endings and life cycles don't harm you. So you come across with a very cool veneer. So the things that we're going to be experiencing is understanding that it's okay to say that this hurt and I'm losing, something is ending and closing in my life that I wasn't prepared for, and to accept that with those things that are ending, that there's opportunity for the alignment of other synchronicities to come in at this time. Now we're going to look at your gift, your talent, and your ability. Now this could be something that you've always had and known knowledge of, which this says Shaolin Master, which actually I do believe for a good portion of you, you already use this skill set. And for those who are just becoming more of a Shaolin Master, this is about grace through assertiveness. This is about being able to move through situations of loss and things that are falling away that no longer serve us, to move through them with a grace and peace. So a lot of times we say grace, but we don't really understand, well, what is that? It's peace. Being at peace with it, because it's making room for what's new, that the intention that you have for your life is able to bring in. Instead of fighting and dragging or kicking and screaming that things are changing, just going through them with peace, trust, assuredness, confidence. And so here's the path. And we have the sacral chakra. And this is the way in which we're able to better move through a lesson, a karmic cycle, something that we realize now is no longer serving us, and our ego-based driven mindsets. This is the path. It's called body worship. And what they mean here for you is to begin holding onto all the love internally for yourself. This isn't about, starting off a new hairstyle or, shopping the greatest and newest fashion trends. And although self-care is part of that journey, this is more about identifying yourself as a vessel of love and bringing all the light inward so that you can truly shine, and using creativity in which to do that. Finding the passion of loving you again, caring for yourself with, self-massage, self-reiki, spending time acquainting yourself with why you love yourself. One of my favorites is just staring in the mirror and acknowledging out loud all the things that I love about myself, and finding passion with connecting your body to the earth. That is how to be grace in action, is reconnecting back to the center of self. Your soul lives inside of your body. And when we pay attention and nurture it, we need to be more aware that the soul lives there. And it's going to be your path for the 1st to the 15th. So, Virgos, let's go ahead and get started. And don't forget, you want to jump now to your decans, and all of each decan, 1, 2, and 3, are in the timestamps below. Happy New Year to all my Virgo decan ones. We're going to get started with your soulmate soul scopes, and all of you whose birthdays are from August 23rd to September 2nd. Let's go ahead and jump right on into your reading. Okay, Virgo decan ones. Let's see what's happening here in the love sector. I'm going to give you one more shuffle. Cards are peach shuffle just prior to the take here. Let's go all the way in now. And we'll do a sideways shuffle for you. There we go. Okay, let's take a look. This is where you are in the present moment. The card says all that glitters. So here we're talking about opportunities and situations that they're forewarning you are not for you. And you could be looking at them through the premise of the sake of glory. Maybe it's vainglory. It could possibly also be this person looks shiny and bright, and or this could be an opportunity, because I'm hearing both are happening. So for some of you decans, it's not in decan 1, it's not altogether clear whether or not this is someone you just started dating or just recently met over the holidays, or just prior to. But they're saying that there's something that you need to be on the lookout for that you're not. And maybe the person's words are smooth as silk, but war is in he or she's heart. And so you are being drawn to the shininess, the glimmer of how they may complete the outward image of a lifestyle that you are trying to grasp onto yourself. And also for those who are looking for business opportunities, job opportunities, they're not telling you something. So there's a little bit of deception that's also happening here. And either, it is kind of in Virgo way to seek perfection, symmetry, and also to have just a little dose of denial. So you want to be on the lookout that as the saying sometimes goes, if it looks good, sometimes it just isn't. Buyer beware. So there's some new things coming into your life that you've tried or that you've drawn or attracted, and also they're telling me to let you know that these things are part of you. You tend to keep aligning yourself with these same types of energies, and these I'm now hearing that you also have had multiple business ideas and people approach you about opportunities, and your intention was about the money, the shine, and the status. And these are types of things and ways of being that are no longer serving you. And so if you didn't see the soul growth, this is something that's falling away. And that's why the card is reversed. So now we're going to go into card 2 here. All right, and so this is present, past, and this is actually also, they're telling me to tell you that really this card should be cross-sected like this, because this is also happening now. These are cycles, patterns, and habits that also are attracting this portion here. The never-ending story is about the time that keeps passing you by, where you still end up with the same result every time. And so this could be due to arrogance. This could be due to self-esteem, that you continually make the same choice. And some of it is a little bit of conditioned. And a lot of it is now about you seeing that these patterns, habits, and cycles are falling completely away. As a matter of fact, you almost seem stuck, especially right here. You want to go, but you feel like you can't go, and you don't want to trust it. But parts of you like, I'm lonely and I don't want to be alone, and this seems like a good job opportunity. Both of these things are coming into your energies right now, and they're pretty strong. And they are warning here, because this was going to be second card, and they said, nope, this is actually both happening at the same time. Neither situation ever really works out for you. And in the career sector, they're saying that even in that where you have success, this is running away from self. And part of it is you are good at what you do. You have a level of perfectionism that needs to handle all the details and the finite attributes of it. You do that part well. But a lot of it was at the need to create this new version of your life. And you say you're happy, and you say you enjoy it, and you say you love it, and it brings you freedom, and it brings you travel, and it brings you all of these things, but yet there's still emptiness, and there's still a lot of regret. So there's definitely a lot of grief happening surrounding your life right now. You're looking backwards, and you're looking forwards, and you're also wanting to end this cycle of pain, frustration, and you also don't know who to trust anymore. And you're starting not to trust your own choices and decisions, because you see that the outcomes have led you to lots of unnecessary pain. There's not very many people around you. I'm searching to see who these people are. Some of these are friendships and connections that you made. They're distant. So I would say that these are friendships that you made, but due to movements in your life, most of your friendships are maintained over social media. You actually met the person that you're talking to now on social media. And you either have long hours on your job or lots of travel to the job. And so you do a lot of your conversation and connecting over the phone. So your phone is big in your life. You have children, but some of them. This is for someone. This is obviously it's for someone specific. So please take away what resonates with you. Please take that with you. This is for a very specific group of people, because this is for someone older, a little bit older. So you've got kids in their 20s, and there's some struggle there, and you've got teenage kids. So this could also be a mother, single mom who has teenage kids, and there's some distance there as well. And the upswing of your family ancestry, you're not close with them either. So you have struck out on your own, but yet you still don't feel like you've overcome the feelings of low self-worth. And this is why you keep gravitating towards shiny and bright, is because you're trying to impress others with what you've obtained to overcome the low self-esteem. So they're warning here that this cycle is definitely ending, and that the current things that you're attracting into your life are based off of those same exact thoughts and beliefs. And here we have the observer. They want you to begin taking a look at it. You're becoming a little bit more aware of it, which is why you're hesitant to take a step forward, because trust has been broken and betrayal has happened so many times. You are observing, but they need you to observe not other people's behavior. It's your thoughts that are creating these scenarios. And now you need to learn that these things go together. It's not that people did something to you, and it's you who believes that you need to impress and shine in a false way for other people to appreciate, respect, and honor you. This is why you keep going here. So again, they're telling me to tell you to go back and take a look at, we've got regeneration. Please take a look at the soul growth, so you can understand how to walk through this and what path to take in order to get there, because we definitely see a huge falling away, not just in the outward life is falling away, but the inward things are starting to not add up. When you ask for things, you used to also have a Midas touch, and you see now not so much. These things aren't working the way that they should, and now that you've gotten to the end of the year, and now we're walking into the first of the year, this next 2 weeks energies leading right up to the retrograde, which is in January through February, it's going to be targeted at letting you see the parts of yourself that lack self-love. And you're going to need this. I'm going to tell you this one more time, simply because the poise card is now also upside down. You won't be able to maintain the grace. And remember, at the very beginning, they were describing your facade, and I know that it seemed like it could have felt like a personal attack. I don't know, because I don't know signs that well, not that well. I have to be told whose side is what. But you've got the poise card. And they had already spoken at the very beginning of this video that you have this cool, calm, collected demeanor, like you don't give two fucks, right? So here it is upside down, and you are not going to be grace under pressure. You are going to be emotionally falling apart. So this is why you need to better understand what that reading was, and why now we're giving those, so people can understand how to heal through a karmic cycle and a life pattern, especially when this is on the table, because it's on the table and it's huge. You're not going to have the status and the clout that you used to be able to carry with the type of job, work, and income that you've had, and with all these things now under siege by the universe because you had a false intention for creating it in the first place, when they start taking these things from you, who are you underneath? I'm so sorry. Okay. They want you to live on the edge of the spirit. They want you to come to a place where there's just you. And only you. Your soul is now wanting you to live in the purest, authentic. They're saying that some of you say, well, I keep it real. Not with yourself. So we're going to cut that drama out right there. Not with you. You like to read others and give the tea, but you don't do it with your real feelings and who you really are. And now they are pushing you to the edge of the cliff where you won't have a choice. You have a bunch of superficial friendships, a bunch of superficial relationships, a bunch of catty people around you that you don't even really physically embrace. Not like that. Everybody's at a deep distance from where you stand. So no one can get close enough to hurt you anymore. And you like it like that. They're pushing you to the edge so that the real you and who you really are can come forward. So we're going to rearrange this. So we're going to have some other cards come out. We're not quite done yet. All right, I want you to be able to see those. We're going to move on. All right, so we definitely want to see what the outcome of this is. Reverse. Are you with me? All right, we want to see what the outcome of this is. Okay, so you're going to have to find a place where you're safe, where you feel safe. An inward place where you can take a journey and just take a deep step back and begin to observe everything as if you were watching a movie of someone else's drama. And you know how when you're watching television, you just always seem to know what the characters are going to do next? What the next series of steps that they should take? Because you know, if you like me, girl, you are talking to your TV, honey. You like, girl, don't go in there. Don't open that closet. He in there. Do that. Put your life on that screen. Take a deep breath. Be detached from the drama because remember, you're just watching TV. Just a program. Watch it and take a nice deep breath. And then tell yourself what you would do differently to get a different version and an outcome. Because we all know who kills the maid in the butler closet. We see it before it happens. I like to watch a lot of whodunit movies. So. When you do that, you will see the synchronicity of serendipity, alignment, synchronicities, things coming together. The balance folds back in, and then the universe washes you inward, and then that energy comes out, down, and back out and through again. And then you see the alignment without you trying to make life look perfect. It becomes perfection in grace, in peace, in harmony. That's what those words means. Perfection in grace, in harmony, in peaceful alignment without having to work, struggle, force, fit, cram, jam, all of that into the frame of the picture that looks great on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. This is about having it all, no matter on your terms, on terms that are really yours, and not what everyone, not the shoes you're trying to fill to show everyone else how great you are and why they should love you and how to respect you. Boom. I love this reading for you. You do these things, and this is the end result, is you begin attracting a relationship that is built on, this is the soulmate card. So then you start creating and attracting relationships that where people are drawn to you for the intrinsic value of sincere authenticity that's inward. This is an inside job. You can't throw up too many more veneers, great cars, great houses. The universe obviously is getting ready to reconstruct and do a whole facelift on your life, pushing you to the edge, whether you want to or not. They are taking you there. And so the outcome here is the type of love that is not only going to nurture you, but be able to be there in partnership, in support, to help you through the rest of life journey. That brings the feeling, this is the most rewarding thing, when someone really sees who you truly are, but loves you anyway. That's what we're really seeking when we say we want someone to love us. We want our soulmate. We want our twin flame. We want someone in our life. That's what we really want. We want to be the dark, deep, ugly, and we want them to love us anyway. But if we don't tell them that, all they see is a shiny car and a shiny house, and you trying to be the image of perfection. And then they're like, well, I don't really know you. And then you wonder why they cheat, why they leave, why there's betrayal, why there's backstabbing, why there's lies, why is this happening? Because you fake as hell. You still with me? Okay. So we get rid of these things here, and we move into an authentic phase in our life where we're actually able to deeply connect with the one person on the planet that is here to help us with our soul contract. That's what we really want. We want authentic living. We want authentic being. We want, every last one of us on this planet wants to be loved, and it shows up right here in your card. So you do the work of letting go and healing, and you will see the serendipitous alignment opportunities to walk right into this right here. And this reading couldn't be more than anybody would ever ask for. There's just a lot of cleanup to do before you get here, because trust me, this is here. But you are going to have to take some time to redo everything else bit by bit, and they show up. And I'm hearing as early as your birthday this year. So do the work. Stay tuned. All right, Virgos. Boy, got to tell you, there's a lot going on here. But if we can take the bitter pill and we can swallow it, what works out for us towards the end of the year is deep, true soulmate connection. And that's what we urgently want. And you know how you like to keep it real? I do too. We have to live in an authentic place to be able to attract an authentic life that where we feel good inside of it. And everyone around us really truly loves us the way we should be loved. And we can then love them in the way that we want to without fear. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe if this resonates with you. Hit that notification bell right here. And that way you get all your soulmate soul scopes, as well as the elements of love, soul messages, pick a card, and so much more coming. So if this resonates with you and this is going on in your life, I want you to drop this. And if you are definitely looking for that soulmate and this is the answer and you know it is, I want you to drop this in the feedback. Leave us your comments and let us know what's going on, what worked, what resonated with you, and what didn't. We want to grow together in 2021. And I'm Demi, and I am signing out. Namaste.
Happy New Year, my Virgo Decan 2 friends, and welcome in. We're going to get ready with our Soulmate Soul Scopes with energies from the 1st to the 15th, and your birthdays are from September 3rd through the 12th. Let's go ahead and get started. My Virgo Decan 2 friends, we're going to go ahead and get started here with our energies from the 1st to the 15th of January. If you haven't, go ahead and take a look at the energy reading here, the soul growth reading. And so get an idea of what exactly is coming up here for you. These are usually pre-shuffled, but they wanted me to give you just a couple extra ones here, and we're going to see where we're at right now here. And this is a they're talking about here, message in a bottle. As you can see, it's backwards, reversed, excuse me. There's something hidden, and they're talking about relationships. Something isn't being said or communicated at this time, whether it's hearing unfaithfulness, I'm hearing finances. There's something that hasn't been brought up that is going to be brought up. They're saying it's coming out here in the beginning of 2021, and they wanted you to be prepared for that, so that's why they're kind of starting off with that. This is where we're at here. You're feeling it already. You're kind of seeing it, and you're seeing that not only are you living in two separate, but they are also. And so there's a big trust and a big miscommunication that's not coming out at this time, but it will. It's inevitable. And so if you hadn't gone back here dealing with this and gone back to that soul growth here, it talks about grief. And so these things are going to be very, very potent in the beginning of 2021. They also wanted to tap on the between the two worlds here, because we are living in a disbelief. So this has been going on. So you have been living in a disbelief that has been going on. And so we're trying, they're wanting you to say, hey, look, the reason it's reversed is because it's time to step out of this. They want you to move out of this situation and into a more loving and caring, and stepping into this here. We're dealing with a lot of unrestfulness, and it's causing this big back and forth and just huge debates in our head with negative self-talk. We're not as confident in ourselves. We're not as believing in our ability to move forward here. And they want to see that you are aware of this situation here. For those who are trying to get into relationships, they're telling you here, I know we're focused on those in relationships here, but those who are seeking single and dating, this communication has to come to self of what exactly it is you want. You need to focus your intentions on the things that you deserve and actually who you want to be, and stop living again in this double-sided facade, because it's coming undone. It's beginning to shine its light on your true self, and you're scared, but you're kind of going through it like, I'm just going to allow this to happen, because the course has already begun. And so this is where the unrestfulness inside ourselves is happening, right? So as we begin here, finding the space here to take a moment is going to be very important for you guys here in these 2 weeks. To take a moment with ourselves and see exactly where we are in the present moment, and where we have been to create this unrestfulness, this already disbelief and miscommunication and mistrust in ourselves, and how we can obtain peace, love, happiness, because it's been tough for us throughout this year to actually obtain that. So this round and round here is these two cards work together, because this being reversed means it's coming to full circle, and your emotions are beginning to come as one, right? We're beginning to try and understand what it is we're actually feeling, and how to express that to someone in a relationship to help deepen the connection with them and with ourselves. And you have to, that's why they're telling you to be present in the moment, so you can feel exactly what it is, and actually take a look at the timeline and feel each emotion and where it's coming from and how it is in this present day moment. So taking a look back on the things and what's caused this mistrust, this disbelief, this low self-confidence and self-esteem, and where it is, so we can begin to heal and work through that and allow ourselves to open up this communication with our partner as well as with ourselves to deepen and strengthen this here, and understand some of it may be your emotion and some of it may be something that was as you being empathic, some of it may be as their emotions, and understanding where they're tying in together here. So taking a moment to actually see that and breathe, because it's going to be a very, this is for future, so it's going to be a very stressful, kind of all over the place, and this argument is coming out, not necessarily argument, but conversation. We'll say that on a little lighter note. This conversation is going to come out whether you want it to or not. And I like this because it is time to awaken here. I know it says time for a nap, but it's time to wake up to your truth, to the truth of what is actually going on. There's no more hiding behind justifications, no more hiding behind explanations that don't actually make sense, no more trying to deny these things that are real, that are in your face, that are straight up shouting at the rooftops, hey, you are not who you want to be. You have not gained this self-love, this deeper connection. You haven't gotten in these places, and this is why you're feeling unrestful, and this is why they want you to take a deep breath and see how we've gotten here. Right? It's time to open your eyes at this time. This is a major look at both sides of self and our relationships with others, and how we want to create this upcoming 2021, because it's going to shine a light on all the things that we've bottled up, all the things that we've bottled up and kept inside, and just turned ahead and said, that'll figure itself out, that'll disappear. I don't care for that. We'll worry about that later. All these other things, that's not real. All these things, and so they're giving you this nice big warning here that, hey, it's going to shake these emotions, and things are going to spiral, and you have to be able to sit in the moment and understand, I've created this. Look at your timeline. And they're saying about 4 to 5 years. Look at your timeline on how you've interacted with people, how you've gotten to where you are in your job, how you've manifested things in your life, how you've begun to speak to people, how you've spoken to yourself, and see, open the eyes and see where you have caused this kind of slow building tornado of emotions, of mistrust, of disbelief, of shutting things in corners and closets and other rooms to make our outer world seem stable for those. So you have, your living room looks clean, your kitchen's clean, but if we were open to doors, any of these closets, shit would just start flying out, right? Shit would just start going everywhere. You'd have, books and clothes and things that don't even belong to each other. It's like you have a junk drawer in all of your closets, basically, is what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing here. And as we begin to breathe, okay, I can accept that this has come. I can accept that I have been the one to create a lot of these things, and understanding how. And they're saying it was because of this right here, and this is where we're still at present day, is because we haven't been able to open up this communication with ourselves and take a moment and allow these emotions to settle, to come full circle, and understand and deal with this lesson. And now it's time to open up. And boom, chopping wood. I love that this came here. I was asking what is the best way to go about dealing with this. And although we had the breathe card, they just wanted to reiterate, when you chop wood and when you're, whittling away or doing anything of that kind of craft with your hands, you are nowhere but there. You got to make sure that axe is on the right point, the right angle, so you can chop that wood clean and easy and move forward. You are present. You are all in on what exactly is going in right in that moment. And that's how they want you to be when you sit and look at these things. They want you to take that moment and be present. And when this conversation is happening, be present and feel exactly where these are coming from and understand the timeline. So that way when this begins to blow up, okay, you can take this at a calmer, more stable, other than beginning to continue to deny, blame, and run away and hide it and say, we don't need to speak of this, we can talk about this some other time. And then it goes away for a while. And both of you are sitting here like, you both have this weird tension, and your kids can feel it, and they're wondering, is everything okay? And you guys are, still in this facade for their sake. But, in reality, you have to deal with it and bring an understanding. And they're saying even allow them to see it. If they're older, they're telling me they're older. This is for someone specific. They're older, and this is draining on them to watch their parents bicker or fake a type of relationship with each other. You might even be on the cusp here between Decan 1 and Decan 2. And it's causing some just unrestfulness. And for you to be able to be present and find yourself and open your eyes to this miscommunication, because we want peace. We want stability. We want to be able to breathe in our lives and not feel like, oh God, this hasn't been brought up. This still needs to be talked about. And then you shove it away like maybe later. If I just don't look at it, if I just look away for forever, maybe it'll never come back. Maybe it'll never, and you've been doing this. You've been trying to live like this for so long. And there's no more. You're saying no more. It has to be dealt with. You have to learn. You have to grow through this, and it will make you stronger. It will allow you to form deeper connections and relationships, the ones that you crave, the ones that you are looking for. It will help you obtain love for the self and acceptance and responsibility, and understand that I am the creator of a lot of these turmoils. Now I can begin to turn that over and create a lot of these blessings that I want and these things that I deserve. This life that I am seeing myself as, and now I can begin to take these steps towards this love, this abundance in all areas of my life, in this career, this stability, this relationship that grows, and the family that's loving and caring and compassionate and open in communication and understanding who you are at this time. And it's going to take this moment in this time period. Tell me in around the 10th to the 12th. This is going to come out. And so for all my Decan 2s, it's time to open up and be present in this moment here and see this timeline for yourselves. So you have to go back, look at the energy reading to see about your ability and the path here, so you can know the strengths that you have and understand how that's going to help you in this upcoming 1st to the 15th. All right, my Virgo Decan 2 friends, it is time to breathe and take time to see all these areas so that way we can deal with this here. I thank you guys for tuning in here. Hopefully you heed that warning. I want you to drop down these emojis here if they resonate in the love sector or the areas of your relationships. If you need help Also, if it resonates in the abundance and the money and the things that we're wanting to grow in our lives, and let us know here. Comment down below so that way we can help grow with you, and let us know what resonated with you the most. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get all your soulmate soul scopes, so you can keep up to date on what's going to be happening, what's going on with you in those 2 weeks. And also for all our soul messages, our pick a cards, all of our other great content we're going to be bringing out here for you in 2021. And I am Josh, going to be sending you guys a lot of Reiki, a lot of love here for this healing in the beginning of the month. And I am signing out.
Greetings and welcome to all my Virgo Decan 3s whose birthdays range from September 13th through the 21st. And this is your Soulmate Soul Scope reading, and I'm to me through the 22nd. Yeah, through the 22nd. That's you, because we can't have y'all out there running willy-nilly thinking that, you don't get a reading. So we're going to go ahead and get started right now. All right, Virgo Decan 3s. Let's take a look here. These were pre-shuffled prior, so I'm just, I say one more. We'll throw one more set of shuffles on you. All right. So I'm hearing that the question at hand right now is, I just want to know if he or she is the one. And they ask back, why? What is your why here? How does knowing whether he or she the one help you change the trajectory of the already circumstances happening? You're already asking a lot of questions internally. They're asking them right back to you as you are spending a lot of time in questions. You're questioning their motives. You're questioning, is it real? You're questioning whether or not you should take action. There's a ton of questions that are happening right now here. And so the biggest question back to you is, why are you asking so many questions? And they're saying that the answer to that is because you don't know your worth. And so because you don't know, and you also have a lot of fear of the relationship taking the same course as previous relationships, you want to know because you're tired of the same result. And because you're not sure whether or not you can trust yourself in making the decision, you are looking for answers to give you clarity on whether or not you should move forward in the relationship. So you also have a cross here as well, because this card says the truth be told. And you need to be able to look within. What I love about this card for you here at this time is, if you take a really good look at it, it starts off with a golden mask. And we have to pull back the layers to really be able to see clearly the parts of us that are not connected to this situation. Did you enter into it with the old mind frame? Oh, this person looks really great on paper. This person makes me look good. This is the type of person that should be with me. They're about their business. They got their thing together. They're shiny. They're glittery. They fit the bill. I could, turn this up on my status. They love to travel. Everyone would, this is the mask. The old version of the way you have always looked at someone as to how they better enhance you, how they make you appear to be better. And they're wanting you to really listen, which is why you're asking so many questions, is because you're starting to recognize the pattern, yet you haven't been able to pinpoint yourself as the cause. Causality for results is us taking responsibility for their outcome so that we can change that version of result. It isn't by choosing a different person. It's by changing us from within, which is why there's an owl here on the top. You see how the picture gets real clear. And then we have the wisdom of the owl. And they're wanting you to now relate the truth, the authentic version of what you truly deserve, what your real intentions. They're saying that there's hidden motives, there's hidden agenda, there's also a little bit of deception on both parts here. And you're starting to become aware of it, and you're asking the whys because you want to give your heart to it because you're tired here of the search of relationships. And they follow this up with balance. And what they mean to say, again, is the intention is not in an alignment. And you know what your ulterior motives are because you always have the same one. But you're trying to figure out what theirs is. And right now, this is about you being in pure alignment with your truth. And to bring things into balance is to have a harmonic flow that's effortless. And you're putting in a lot of work, actually, and you're not seeing them do the same. They're also here. This is what you need to do to correct this, by the way. These two spots are corrector spots. And the first thing they need you to do is go deep within. The card says go the distance, but they need you to go deep within. This isn't a short journey to finding answer. You're going to have to go deeper and further. And you're going to have to go all the way to the end of the story of why you keep choosing the same type of person. And they may look different. They may live in different homes, have different addresses, but ultimately they're the same person. The person who doesn't understand you, the person who doesn't listen, the person who doesn't see you, get you, nor are they deeply emotionally connected to you. And so the end result is that just like you're kind of using them and manipulating them so that you can appear to have it all, they're doing the same with you. And you have to figure out how and why this is happening in truth. And you're going to have to go all the way in now. And just like this is about you being in alignment, this is your how. And you are going to need to take a very deep step back. There's also a lot of drama triggering this right now as well. They seem to have distanced themselves a little bit from you, and they're not communicating the way that you are normally effectively communicating. And they want you to take a step back here and surround yourself with things that bring you comfort and peace so that you can really take a good look within. And they want you to reconsider also. This reverse position is in regards to really reconsidering the motives and your why. You're asking, are they ready? Is this right? Are you right? Are you ready? Can you trust this? Are they the one? Are you the one? They're reflecting these things back to you. This is a mirror, a house of mirrors, and everywhere that you're walking right now, there's questions about you. Because when you look in these mirrors, you're not sure who you're looking at anymore. It's almost as if each time you walk into another set of mirrors, there's another image there. You are trying to relay an image back to every different person, so that you look a certain way in this arena, in this environment, for these group of people, and you look a different way for these people, and vice in and all. And this is in every mirror, and they need you to step back and take a look here, a deep one. And you're going to need to be able to be at a place where you can really let yourself be vulnerable to see this, because you're entering into a part of your life where intimacy, vulnerability, deep emotional connectivity belong. You have this has come to the edge here, which is also in reverse. They are really saying that you are going to have to find your true north, your true self. And in this situation, you are not being true to yourself. As a matter of fact, they're saying that the deception is you. You are truly betraying yourself, because you feel like, oh, I'm this age now and no relationship is working. This girl, they have to be the one. I've searched, I've looked, and nothing else, and this is the one now. Not only are they saying that you're looking into it for all the wrong motives, but this relationship is pushing you deeper, and all the discomfort that you have in your trials to make this relationship stick, and trying to also take it to the next level, is all the work and the effort that you are putting into it to make it right. You're trying to seal the deal, close the date, and march them down the aisle in a rapid fire succession, that they are not only are they resisting, but they have taken the step back because of the force of the efforts of which you're trying to make your life timeline look like everybody else, or beating people to the timeline so that they can see how successful you are. Because really, you're looking for approval and people to appreciate and respect you. So this has way more to do with all the outward stimulus that you would receive in accolades than it is even about your heart or their heart, which is why they threw the question out with your question, because you're not being truthful here about your reasons for wanting it. So I'm gonna flip these cards around a little bit so you can see them a little clearly, and I'm gonna add some more to it. Reverse. And these are in reverse. Okay. So we know all the current circumstances here. There's a lot of illusion and false intentions happening here, and a lot of pressure to bring this to a conclusion now. So there is the chaos and the conflict. So we do now have full confirmation that the chaos and the conflict, and it is also in reverse. So this conflict is the factor here, and you getting a cleaner, more clear connection to the truth. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for the authentic you here, and the chaos, and you're losing control also. And a lot of things are falling away. And if you haven't done so, please go back and look at the soul growth. This is really going to help you walk through this and understand what the soul's lesson here is, what you're learning right now, what you're healing, and how to move through it. And this is heated, because you're trying everything, and all the things that you're trying, from buying things to sexual exploits and bartering, as well as there's family involved in this, and you're trying to get them to see why this would work and this is the way they should go. There's a lot of extra pleading here, and this is causing some of the conflict, is because they're telling you, or they're showing you, that they can't be bought and they can't be won and they can't be fixed into this. And so there's arguments, and these are heated ones, about why they don't want to. And you're trying to also, you feel like they're also cheating. There is some conflict about their behavior. Things have changed about them, and you're becoming aware of it. And this has got your fear and uproar here. Yep, there's the clock. You are on a time schedule. You are trying to move the momentum of time to your favor and getting them to acquiesce to your needs, and they're trying to stop you. Your guides, your soul, your ancestors, your loved ones, all the angels, they're trying to tell you that this why, what is your why? You are trying to force this in a time constraint that will not yield the result that you want. And if you take some time here, I love how this is, where this is moving. If you clear up the chaos and bring this and explain, or maybe even pull back some right now, you will be able to see that and take some ownership of this conflict and stop the force. Because pulling back and seeing what's scaring them, because maybe you're trying to force something that they're not ready for in this very moment, but then also come to the understanding of your actual why here. Because in the why, and you're not knowing and not having clarity is causing the chaos, and you're not sure whether or not they're doing something that they shouldn't be. But you need to have black and white. You need to have crystal clear clarity. And you can cut through all that just by taking some space here. And also, they're saying that your fears are because you're not clear. So coming to the edge of the truth and bringing your truth out, maybe they just need to know that you're not in it, that you really care. Maybe you haven't, out of all the things that you've done, you just haven't said the words. And this is also pushing you to the edge of that vulnerability that you need. Because they're also saying that the TikTok here isn't just about you trying to force, but wait for the universal timing here. This is about waiting, also, because they say that this is definitely the right person. And the reason why is because this person is already bringing about transformation. If this person weren't in your life as a soulmate, you wouldn't be seeking deeper answers and deeper connection right now. And you want it, but you don't know how to bring it. You don't know how to be the truth of who you are. And this portion right here tells a story. You are going to have to go deeper, and they're taking you. This relationship is taking you to the edge of your truth, of becoming your truth. And sometimes resolving things is just about really, really saying the hardest words, is that I'm deeply falling in love with you and I'm afraid. But also clearing away the parts where everyone else is involved and your reason why. The why is the setup here. And when you can come to terms with this and it's true, then you'll be able to walk through this a little bit more at peace, and then bringing a solution and a time frame where both you and the universe can agree that it may not be the time, because this person is definitely bucking right now and it's uncomfortable and it's sending you all over the map. They're saying that this is definitely your soulmate because this was supposed to happen. You were supposed to see this part of yourself and be willing to let this part go of controlling how everything looks to everyone else. And a timeline that matches what you think is the approval of other people. Because this is the right one. That's for sure. So, Virgos, you've got a little bit of work to do in order to really lean into a space where you can be intimate with yourself before you can let someone else in. And I'm excited for how this story is going to unfold. All right, Virgo, this is soulmate season, but we have to get to our own soul before we can mate with another. So this sounds like we've got a little bit of work to do, and we're going to go a little bit further and a little bit deeper to make the love connection. Well, I'm Decan. I want to thank you for tuning in to Soulmate Soulscopes. Don't forget to subscribe and then hit that notification and get all the notifications of all your Soulmate Soulscopes every time one drops. And if this resonates with you, what's going on in the relationship and the soulmate, I want you to drop these emojis in the comments. Leave us some feedback. Tell us what's resonating and what didn't. We want to create engagement and connection. We want to grow together in 2021. And I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next time. And I'm Decan, and I'm signing out.